All right, so day 30, which of course is at the start of the next week, but um, yeah, day 30 was interesting to say the least. So this past weekend, on Saturday to Sunday, it was quite cool during the night, and I think it was pretty dry because whenever I woke up on, like I was saying in the other video, my battery died again. Traces of blood in my in my saliva, and it totally freaked me out. And so I eventually got around to trying to call the cancer center, see what's up. I got to talk to an oncologist. She led me through some self-examination things and stuff like that. And she came to the conclusion that it's just, just a throat issue in terms of it being raw. And sorry. That's understandable. So maybe the radiation is targeting back to my actual neck area, broadening again or something, because it seemingly came out of nowhere, you know what I mean? So I went throughout the rest of the day making sure I paid attention to my spit and stuff, and just to see what was going on. And eating wise, it was a little bit painful, but I should go back a little bit actually. So the pain in the back of the throat actually started on Saturday. What happened was I was eating pancakes and just kind of eating them down, just regular speed. At least I thought it was, and suddenly I had this sharp pain in my mouth. Didn't know what it was, and so the wife went in there with her phone light and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, I see it," and she took a couple pictures of it, and couldn't tell what it was, but find out later it's just a blister in my mouth. So that could have been where the blood was coming from. Could have been the abrasions on my throat from it being so dry. Who knows? So let's go back to today. Today, day number 30 of 35, and went in early to get my blood checked for the chemo doctor, so he knew where I stood with my blood levels and such. And then I went to my radiation, because my radiation is early in the mornings, has been for a few weeks, and so I guess I kind of threw off all the people in the chemo area department, because they were like wondering where I was, kind of thing. And so I told them that Dr. Kohler had wanted to meet with me because he had called on the previous Friday. Wanted to talk to me before he came to a conclusion on what to do about the chemo. So had the meeting with him. He came in and he said, I'm kind of on the fence. One way I see that your levels have gradually went down a bit, but they're not so low that we couldn't do this last round. He's like, so what symptoms are you still exhibiting? And so I told him about the bruising on my arm, in near the vein area where I was administered the cisplatin last time. He found that very weird. I was like, yeah, it didn't appear until like almost 2 weeks. Actually, a little over 2 weeks after getting the cisplatin. so I thought it was weird too. I told him that the ringing in my ears had finally subsided-ish on Saturday, and that on Sunday it wasn't really there, but that wasn't completely true, because unless it came back, because I have it right now, this light ringing in my ears, and I think that's the one that got him off the fence on which way to go. So he said, I'm going to cancel this third round of chemo for you. He said, as you know from whenever I talked to you the very first time, I said that the chemo is more for enhancing the effects of the radiation than anything else. For this particular cancer, the tongue cancer, and with the lymph nodes in there, he said it's more radiation dependent than chemo dependent. So he said that I don't want to compromise your quality of life potentially with the ringing in your ears. Should it not go away after this third round? And so I was like, okay. I was prepared to go in for the third round. I can't lie. Part of me was hoping that I wouldn't have to. But I started thinking about it, actually, whenever I just showered a little bit ago. If you think about it, typically that third round of chemo is going to come in during the 7th week, the very last week. And so, from what he said, it enhancing the radiation, I could see why he would come in almost every single time on the fence, because you're only going to have 4 more radiation appointments that could potentially enhance, so to speak. And so, yeah, that's 4, but it's only 4. It's not 15. So, yeah. So I started thinking it from that aspect as well. So, yeah, I went back to the chemo department, and the nurse that was going to administer it to me, she's like, congratulations. It's like, is it congratulations? I was like, I don't know. Part of me feels like, yeah, with this whole entire thing, I wanted to make sure that 100% there was nothing left to question. But at the same time, I trust the chemo doctor. He seemed very straightforward with me, and I don't know, I just felt like he gave me the information that I needed to make a logical, sound decision. And so, yeah, that was today. It started out a little stressful, but then in the end it was just like, okay, and I can breathe, take a breath. But the funny thing is today I was at a loss for energy. It felt, I don't know if it was because of my sleep. I slept until around 5, woke up, went to the bathroom, fell back asleep, woke up at 6, almost 6, so I only slept for like 40 minutes or something. And then I fell back asleep again, and then got up at 7:45 in time to go and do my appointment. And so after I got back and talked to the wife a bit, played with the daughter a bit, stuff like that, I kind of just like laid there on the couch and fell asleep. And then later on in the afternoon, later on in the evening, I took another nap for maybe an hour or so. So it was a little weird. But right now, if I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10 for my throat, it's definitely 7 or 8. It's bobbing in between there. It stings. And it's like 2 different mouth sores or mouth blisters or whatever. I'm trying to be diligent with the rinse, But yeah, doing my best. I'm also doing the aloe water a bit more than I have been. Been sticking to the Manuka, things like that. So I'm hoping that this is similar to last time. Whenever my throat started hurting, it lasted, I'd have to guess, 2 or 3 days, and then it just went away. I'm really, really hoping. Come on, body, don't fail me now. So looking forward to the last 5 treatments, getting them out of the way. These last 4 should go by pretty fast. It'll be that last one, that waiting over the weekend will be like, oh man, I'm so close. So that's what I have to look forward to. That's all I have for today.